Baseline Loch is a Project Baseline site here on the west coast of Scotland. It consists of a visibility station just on one site at the moment that we're using to take regular visibility and temperature readings, and it's really easily accessible for people to dive this site from the shore. Project Baseline is a conservation initiative that was started by GUE, and it allows divers to go out and dive the sites that they're regularly diving anyway as part of their normal diving, and actually contribute something to conservation by taking very basic readings such as visibility and temperature. I guess the popular term for it at the moment is citizen science. That's what it is. This is the second year we've run the project weekend. Divers this year are not only taking part in Project Baseline activity but also sea search surveys and diving further afield up in Oban. So it's also a really great opportunity just to socialise and get divers that are like-minded from all over the UK and from abroad this year as well, which is great, to come together and do some very simple project work.
Oh, where have I been? I don't know the name of the place actually. It was a nice wall there. Went down to 30 meters. Found a lot of, well, I don't know what it was, sea life. Lovely dive.
So the aim of this weekend is to further the Project Baseline Loch work. So we'll be taking visibility readings like we did last year and like we do on a regular basis. But last year we had Sea Search join us for the first time, and they noticed that in Loch there was quite a lot of horse mussels in the area, which is quite rare. The beds themselves are fairly rare, I guess in isolation. A little bit more common on the west coast, but the aim firstly this weekend is to survey the mussels, see how common they are in the loch, and also see how far afield they go.
We are on a frames Loch, and we just conducted the more scientific dive, and we looked for horse mussels on a seabed. We define 15 meters long baseline south direction, and using the 1 meter square here, we identified the species meter by meter along this line we put in the first place.
Day one of Project Baseline at Loch has been really successful. We had a nice team of divers together. How are we summarising the first dive this morning? We were I don't want to say horse mussels, and then did a further horse mussel survey, a number of locations around a loch this afternoon. It was great.
We've also got teams heading up to Oban this weekend to carry on doing the general sea search work. Today they've been doing some 30 metre surveys, and tomorrow we're going to do some slightly deeper stuff in one of the wrecks just off Oban, so around the 40 metre mark. And the last thing we're trying to achieve this weekend is we're working with Emily from Dive for Antibiotics, collecting some samples to feed into her research with Clattershire University.
They live in sea sponges, has been a great source of them, or just found in simple marine sediment. Bacteria has something called horizontal gene transfer. which means that a resistant bacteria, a bacteria which carries this gene for resistance against an antibiotic, can actually transfer it to other bacteria which are susceptible. So this mechanism is really quite dangerous because it means that a bacteria can acquire a lot of different resistance genes. So it can become resistant to not just one antibiotic, but to many different types of antibiotic. Project Baseline Loch Long has been great with helping us advertise and sending us in samples and stuff. The hope is that we've already seen some really interesting results. The hope is that we will find new compounds that can actually be used to treat some of these infections, which are really, really deadly, and we're running out of ways to treat.
Okay, so we've had an excellent weekend. We've had 2 days of diving up in Oban with some really good visibility. Reports of as much as 8 metres on the first day, and they've collected some great survey work for sea search. Here in Loch Long, the guys have done some really extensive survey around our Project Baseline visibility station of the horse mussels themselves, with mixed results in terms of the numbers, but at least it gives us something to baseline ready for next year. We've also managed to collect a number of samples for diving for antibiotics, so they'll be sent off to Emily over the coming days, and we'll look forward to seeing updates on how that research has gone on Instagram in the coming weeks. We're looking forward to repeating and building on what we've done this year in 2020, hopefully with a bigger crowd of divers and with more aims and objectives up in Oban, doing some exciting boat diving as well as the research here in the Loch.